are today. This is Pilvitro and I have an artist today here with me. I'm pleased to interview Sari Sandberg, a distinguished visual artist, about transformative potential of blockchain technology, especially NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and decentralized autonomous organizations in realm of art creation, ownership and appreciation. And let's see what we can come up with our discussion. So welcome, Sari, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited about this conversation we're gonna have, and especially because this is totally new world for me also.
Yes, that you have courage to join me. Okay. Could you tell us a bit about your artistic background and what inspires you?
Yes, I have been doing like different art forms, and but then I chosen my main media photography, and I'm educated photographer, and now I continue my studies to become visual artist, and my plan is to take the photography to combine with the mixed media. And for me the biggest inspiration is the nature, the Finnish nature, and I do a lot of like nature photography, and but also documentary photography and the storytelling via pictures.
Oh. Could you tell us about the challenges you have faced in traditional artwork?
Yes, I was struggling, it's a little bit more than a year ago with the photography, because it started to be like so massive, the photo loading in the social media, and it's the more pictures every day coming out, and I was struggling that how can I get my real pictures in that artificial intelligence picture world to show. So I was really struggling that should I stop taking pictures and totally sell my camera and all the equipments. But then I continued with and I find it documentary portrait photography. So I'm still like sharing stories that I find the meaning.
Yes, it's really a sea of photos and pictures. The
Yeah.
flow is continuous in social media, and I understand it's difficult to kind of secure your spot in that space.
Yeah, especially like the viewers, they probably cannot even tell what is a real picture and what is made using only the computer and like a generative text writing, and that was like something that because I think the viewers and it was the inflation about the photography, the real pictures. So
yes, that's you nailed it. Yes, that's true. That's really true. Well, let's talk about NFTs. Have you had any prior experience with NFTs or blockchain technology?
Zero. First, when you said that you mentioned about this codes, I didn't have any idea what are you talking about.
Yes, and I have to tell the audience that we had it about an hour here today talking about NFTs, kind of making a ground for this interview so that you have some kind of basic information to talk with me. Yeah. My information is self-learned as well, and I'm not educated within some institution or anything like that, but still I can see the potential for artists as well with NFTs and decentralized autonomous organization, as well as creation of sustainable and fair business within this field. But let's continue. In essence, NFTs are digital certificates that represent ownership of a unique asset, like your artwork can be. How does that sound, the certificates word is
Yes, I think it's like the artist can have a more control over their ownership if it's like a digital certificate.
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
true. Mm-hmm. And you could sell your painting or photograph or whatever the piece of art is and receive royalties every time it's resold, even years later. How does that sound?
Too good to be true. Yeah, because we are used to that the owners and the sellers will collect all the profit, and the artist who has sold it in the first time has forgotten after that. So that sounds amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you think about time and pieces of art, isn't it like that some pieces actually the value might be much higher, for example 10 years after?
Yes, yes. If you are like getting name and getting more like maybe like in the competitions you get prizes and like that, so of course. And
Yes.
depending of the content of the, for example, photography, it can be something that doesn't exist anymore. Like so, it's also like a documentary of something that has been, and the value is raising by that.
Yes, I didn't realize that at first, but now it came up to me that after 20 years, some photo or painting, it might be even much more valuable than it was earlier. And that's not fair that the artist will not kind of benefit from that rise of the value.
Yeah, I have one picture that I have in my mind that the value has been raising up. I was young, and I had my film camera, and I went to be an exchange student in US, and I was in New York, and I have a picture when I'm taking the boat, and in the picture there is the Statue of Liberty and the Twin Towers.
Oh, I see.
So you cannot take that picture anymore. So
it's valuable.
Yeah. Artists are really struggling with this, how the business is run at the moment.
And NFTs can provide provenance and authenticity, which are essential in the digital age. How do you feel about having indelible record of your work's ownership on the blockchain?
Yeah, that would be actually like an amazing thing, that then you have a control of your art piece all the time and fully like 100%.
That's true.
Because nowadays the pictures can be stolen and sold and used for the to prints in the products. And yeah, at the moment it's like there is no any fairness in that kind.
Yes, and even though I'm not a specialist of this artwork, neither am I a specialist with blockchain or NFTs or even English. I'm a specialist of fairness in this case, so I would like to point out and highlight the need of new kind of solutions for the people like you who is working individually and without any community around, so that business would be fair. There are other benefits as well. NFTs also enable you to connect directly with collectors worldwide, bypassing intermediaries and their associated fees. If you establish your own online gallery, how does that sound?
Yeah, that is something that I have been thinking also, like how to get like visible with their own art. And in the social media, it's not working anymore. You have to also pay to get the more viewers, and so it has lost the power, if I think like that. And I have my web page where I have a portfolio, but it's really difficult to get the visibility nowadays. Like it's so massive what is this in the internet. So that is something I think everybody is struggling at some point.
Yes. And of course, blockchain is not kind of resolving this visibility problem, but still it's something new, and you could be a forerunner and to earn some passive income during the longer period of time that might be kind of valuable for you as well. Okay, you can even create limited digital versions of your physical artwork, offering collectors something unique and exclusive. And now then, community building. We think that we are not going to talk about decentralized autonomous organizations as a technical, in a technical point of view or technological point of view, but we had an idea which we were talking about here, and that was kind of idea which came up here during our discussions, and it was about collaborative creation of art via some kind of community. And I have to say that I'm not artist, so I'm just audience. But if I were a community member, you had this artistic community, decentralized autonomous organization, with all the features it can have, technical and technological features. And you were creating a piece of art, and then you would be asking me to join this work of art so that I could give my contribution or my vote for something. You are kind of thinking, am I going to do it like this or like that? It would be great.
Yeah, I think it's like, if I compare how it's happening nowadays, it's maybe like in Instagram, people commenting and you can have the voting there. But in that way, you probably will be able to contact even more bigger audience. And that is like really interesting about the collaboration, because it totally opens like a new possibilities to do. We didn't agree about the one thing, but after the long discussion, we ended up like quite good that it can also. I was saying that if I'm an artist and I do my art piece, and then I ask people to join and they do something to that art piece. And then if it's sold and it gets like this digital certificate, NFT, and then how if I sell it, how the money is shared. But then you were talking about that it can be also that if I'm creating something and I want to do it like a public art creation, the people can join and pay about that they are joining. So that was totally new way of thinking for me, and it sounds really interesting.
Yes, then we talked about artistic freedom. If you are kind of creating a piece of art and people are kind of paying as a hobby to join this piece of art, then you do not have such artistic freedom, because you have to offer them something to vote for or give their contribution to. On the other hand, if you don't have a kind of people are not paying for it, then you are totally your solution if you are going to collaborate with the audience or you are not going to collaborate with them. And these are the sides of the story, I think. But this is quite interesting. I think so too.
Yeah, yes. I'm totally interested about the possibility to show my like portfolio, create some kind of like a digital art gallery. And because at the moment, at least in Finland, the art field is a little bit twisted, and it's mostly the galleries are the pay-to-play galleries that the artist is paying about the rent. They need to pay like a commission if the gallery is selling the art. that can be like 30 to 50%. And then, and then it's like the artist is providing the art basically free for the audience. And that is somehow like so twisted, and it's nowadays it's even getting more difficult to get the grants to support the artistic work. So I am totally like looking options to do it some other way than running this art for free for the viewers. So yes.
And nothing is so kind of touching than human touch in the art as well. And we know that artificial intelligence can create a lots of masses of quality visual and whatever kind of piece of media and even art. But what a human creates, it's always like a bit rough, and it has a different
It's not
kind.
perfect.
Yes, and that's perfect. That's so perfect that we are not perfect.
Yeah. No, I think that was
This was perfect.
Yeah, this was good. Because
See you next year.
yes, Happy New Year.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, just a moment. We have to adjust a bit. Then we are ready. And here. Nyt lähti sieltä nauhoitus käyntiin, eli sen pitäisi ottaa meidän ääntä. Näyttää siltä, että toi mikki tuolla nauhoittaa. Ja sitten toinen. Tässä voi myös käydä niin, että tämä huone menee pois päältä. Eli tarkoittaa sitä, että mun täytyy sitten hyökätä se korjaamaan.
Niin jo, ja sitten pidetään tauko ja siellä leikkaa.
Niin, siis jotakin meidän täytyy tehdä. Aloitan nyt. Nyt se lähti käyntiin. Mikki on vielä pois päältä. Nyt meillä on mahdollisuus. No kyllä me nyt, meidän täytyy vähän siirtyä. Me näytään jollakin lailla. Katsotaan se vielä. Musiikki soi. Ei toikaan, ei ole nyt hyvä. Hitsi kun toi pitäisi olla vähän korkeampi.
Laitetaanko tuo tuoli?
Mä en saa sitä sille tuolille varmaan.
Niin jo, siinä ei ole semmoista tilaa.
Mikäs me siihen otetaan nyt? Onko siinä se akku? Tuo. Tuossa. Kuvitellaan tässä siihen. Putoaako se täältä? Putoaa. Ei auta. Eikö näitä nyt mitään saa? Hei. Laitetaanko vielä näin? Täytyy olla täällä korkeammalla tuolilla. Nyt me saadaan tuo kuitenkin. Onko se liian alhaalla?
Ei.
Nyt mä oon pois tältä kuvaa.
Menisikö se olemaan? Siinä oli se. Ei.
No sitten se on tuo tuolla.
Kestääköhän tämä peli? On tämä aika tujakka.
Tällaista tää on kuvan säätämistä näiden kanssa, mutta nyt me ollaan kuitenkin jotakuinkin valmiita aloittamaan. Ja otetaan vielä